if you just newly made a vow to yourself and to God, you're going to do better, right? For example, in the area of premarital sex, casual sex, as the world calls it, you're just not going to participate in it anymore. You're not going to fornicate, because that's what it is. It's fornication, right? It's a sin against your own body. You're not going to participate in this anymore. You're done, right? When you do that, when you make that vow to yourself first, and then you make it to God, you can't be around people who are still participating in that thing. Your flesh is going to be screaming, crying out at first. You're at a baby stage in your walk, in your vow to God, to yourself, right? So a baby can't just take off and start running, right? When they start walking. You got to start feeding that baby the nourishment, the care, the support. You put them in a walker, right? You hold their hand. And so God has to really, really like spend that time with you and nurture you back to health, because really it's unhealthy for your body when you're fornicating. You're sinning against your own body. And what I believe that means is that you are cursing your own body. You are opening the door for curses on you, your children. I mean, it's serious business. And God really broke this down to me within the past, I'll say 3 years of my life, of showing me what the consequences were for adultery, for fornication, for premarital sex, giving up your body, you know, and your body belongs to the Lord. Whether you have accepted salvation or not, He is the creator of all things and all people. So your body belongs to the Lord, and you don't owe the flesh anything. But the flesh is weak. Your spirit is the one that's saying, okay, I want to be clean. Okay, I want to live right. Okay, I want to be pure. That's not your flesh. Your flesh wants to connect with anything and anybody that reminds it of that feeling. And the more you come away from that, come out and be separated. Come out from among them, right? You'll start to feel free. You'll start to feel like you don't need it. And then you'll be wondering, why in the world were you so encaptured or enraptured by this? I'm serious. I'm a witness. And so you got to separate yourself. I know it's just for a season. See, the enemy wants you to think that it's going to be forever and that you're just going to have on a chastity belt. And he's got me honing in on this specific sin. It's not the only sin by far. But another example, if you were an alcoholic, you said no more bottle, no more binge drinking, you know, glass of wine every now and then is okay. But when you're first taking the baby steps away from the alcoholism, you can't just be like, oh, y'all having a party? And you know there are going to be drinks there. And you're like, oh, there are going to be drinks. Oh, okay. And such and such going to be there, who drinks heavily as well. Oh, it's okay. That's them. I ain't got to participate. Honey, baby, your flesh is weak. I'm sorry. Like, I used to think I'm strong enough to be around it. I'm strong enough to be around them or him or her. I'm strong enough to do it. No, that person is still participating in those things. They don't have any understanding. And if God is giving you that understanding and that knowledge, then He's holding you accountable to put it into practice and to apply it. And so the enemy knows this. Whatever you're held accountable for, there are going to be consequences for it, because now you know. came into the world, he said the world has now judged because they have not believed on the one whom God sent. Now they have no excuse for their sin because I've come to tell them of their sin. I've come to expose it and to show them that they're wrong. And they hate me for it, but now they have no excuse. Because it wasn't never about, them receiving me, because I knew they weren't going to receive me. But it was about me doing what the Father sent me to do. And so I believe he sent me this day to say, come out from among them. Yes, God still loves them. Yes, you can still love them. But you have to love you enough to know that you can't give anything that you don't have. My God. If you want to see others start doing better, start living better, then change begins with you. And if you really, really love them, you'll want them to walk in truth. You'll want them to be set free from the bondages of sin, because it ain't nothing but bondage. When you're a slave to sin, you're in bondage to it. You obey it. It's your master. And God doesn't want anything having mastery over you, where you feel like, I gotta have sex. I gotta have this alcohol. I gotta have these people in my life. They become idols. And so I pray that anyone who's listening to this word, that you would ask God for understanding. Ask him for wisdom in what you need to separate from. It's for your own good. You being healthy first is what it's about. Amen. God bless y'all.